Nagaland goes to polls in just 2 days from now. The campaign is going on in full swing today. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also campaigned in Nagaland's Dimapur. I'm joined by the man behind the BJP's campaign, the BJP state president, Mr. Temtem Samain. Thanks for speaking to us.
Thank you.
So my first question would be that the BJP's campaign here in Nagaland is very interesting because what many people have observed is that the BJP is taking a very pro-minority stance. As far as India is concerned, the BJP is taking a pro-minority stance given its appeal to the Christians of the state. So how do you see that? Because the opposition has alleged, the Congress including, that the BJP has just come here for minority appeasement. How would you respond to that charge?
The BJP is a national party and a nationalist party. Minority appeasement or not is not the actual factor. If you look at all the programs of the Narendra Modi-led BJP government, it is pro-everybody. And the Nagas, who are majority Christians, are also benefiting that in the holistic environment of nationalism.
Right.
So you cannot break it up into a minority issue. In Nagaland, 98% of the citizens living here are followers of Christ, which is Christians.
Right.
And so the, propaganda that goes on, as if the Congress is the savior of all the minorities, is not the fact.
Right.
We know what has happened during their times. And so the workmanship of leaders like Narendra Modi ji is to make all those propaganda go down and say, look, here we are for everybody.
Right.
Here we are for the Christians also.
Right.
Here we are for the Nagas also.
Right. So that's a very interesting point you're making. But in that context, how would you justify, anti-conversion laws, cow vigilantism, that happens in other BJP-led states? Because here, of course, we've seen the BJP reaching out to Christians, saying that, we don't discriminate on the basis of religion, etc. But in other states, in other BJP-led states, we'd see practices that don't necessarily give out the same image of the BJP. So don't you think that's at odds with what's happening in other BJP-led states?
No, I think you already know the answer by the way you have questioned me. Here, the BJP Karyakartas are Christians. So we have our emotions to our faith. In other parts of the state, the BJP Karyakartas are majority Hindus and they have their emotions attached to it. We who are here in Nagaland respect them for who they are, and they who are there in the rest of the country respects us for who we are. And that is the diversity of having different faiths, yet being driven by nationalism,
Right.
which Modi ji is doing, and where we the Nagas are also following that today.
But when in those states where the majority, of course you're saying that we respect them for who they are, we respect their faith, but at the same time, what would you have to say when minorities are persecuted in those states?
See, again, if there is any misunderstanding in any corner of this country, the Bharatiya Janata Party's leadership is inclusive. We address those issues. The word called persecuted or the word of all the negative words, see, we have to try to avoid it. There is no such thing greater than being a nationalist, greater than being an Indian, a Bharatiya. So we who are there, we have to make sure that the minorities there are also protected. The minorities there also have their voice to say who they are, and which the BJP is doing so.
Right. So now, do you think that with its here, of course, with its Christian push or whatever you call it here in the Northeast, do you think the BJP is now going to emerge as a more inclusive force in the road to 2024, or is it just for political gains in the Northeast?
I sometimes think that you may be influenced by some other political party if you are not right, if you are not wrong. But I would put it this way. The Bharatiya Janata Party has emerged from just being a political party, national political party in the heartland and mainland of this country. It has touched the corners of this nation today, in the south, in the north, in the west, now in the east. And the BJP party has become the most inclusive nationalist party in this nation under the leadership of Narendra Modi ji. So I don't think it is not a wrap up to 2024. BJP always have been looking at forays and looking to address the issues which it did not know before and it's knowing day by day.
Right.
And so it is becoming more inclusive and we are going to be the winner in 2024 also under Modi ji and Amit Shah ji's leadership.
Right.